All right, everybody, drive home safely. We'll see you next year at the Elements. The band that you see on stage in front of you is the Brooklyn High School Concert Band. And that is a traditional tune that we've played. This is my 20th year in Brooklyn. And that's a song that we've played every year since I've been here. I played it every year in college, and I played it every year in high school. So I've been doing this for quite some, that's what, 28 years? Amazing. That's the 28th time I played it in a concert. I also did student teaching, but man, what a way to start it off. It's like putting the exclamation on the beginning. So thank you so much for coming out today. It has been an awesome day to watch the transition of kids from the 5th grade when they just start and they know 6 notes. And it is a huge deal for us to play that final tune with 5th grade band. It's 46 measures long. And so, moving on to the 6th grade and the 7th and 8th grade, everyone has just done an outstanding job today. And I'll be honest, I love to end my day with this group. I love to end the whole day of concerts with this group as well. It's a real blessing to finish up the regular school day, 8th period with high school band. So I really enjoy this group. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great personalities on stage, a lot of people that I definitely will miss. And so I know that for some of them, this is the last opportunity they have to play some of this music. I don't want to make anybody cry, but we are going to do another traditional holiday favorite. And this is an original arrangement by Alfred Reed of the traditional carol, Greensleeves. And it features a number of people in the woodwind sections as well as brass. And I hope you enjoy Greensleeves. Green Sleeves. Before we begin our next tune, it actually has like a little, somewhat of an introduction. We've been playing it for quite some time, and there was a day in class where I just felt like, I don't think that they necessarily knew what the song was about, and that was kind of my fault because I hadn't really explained what it was necessarily about. And it's actually a local thing. 2004 in Copley, right down the street, there were some students that were in a car accident, and three of those students did not survive the car accident, and they were band students at Copley High School. And so, Copley High School commissioned James Swearingen to write this piece to remember these students. And they were all in band, and the Angels Call has some serious significance, and they premiered this piece in 2005. And I know that they had a full house, and everyone was there for this tribute to these kids. And we talked about I just kind of brought up in class that all of these students that this occurred to, that there was a tuba player that was amongst them, and they would hang their tubas on the wall. So they had these tuba holders. And to this day, they haven't moved his tuba. It's a very joyous song, and I think that that's the message, that there is tragedy, but when we unite, and that's where things happen, and that's where beautiful music happens, and when we remember. And I think that that's the message that comes out of this, that there is some tragedy in the world, and there are bad things, but when we're together, that makes all the difference. No one should have to do all this alone. So, and the Angels Call. Before we move on to the next number, the last number, and I know that I'll explain it here in a second, but I'd really like to thank the people that work behind the scenes. I got here about 11:15 this morning, and it's been a real treat to be able to spend the day with my colleagues. We've been running around this school for the last month or so, like crazy, getting this all together before school, after school, during school. It's like we live and breathe it all the time. It's happening. And I'm blessed to be able to work with such fine colleagues and such great friends, and it's just been a real treat. It's fun to get to this point when everything's prepared and on stage, and the kids have the ties on and the outfits, and we get to perform it for people. So I would like to thank our illustrious choir director, Mrs. Kim Cipriani. And it seems like forever ago we were doing the third grade part of this concert that started at 12:30. It was 8-9 hours ago. But I'd also like to thank someone that I get to work with every single day in the context of team teaching 5th grade band and 6th grade band, and that's Brian Keller. If he can step out and get his recognition. I'd also like to thank Mr. Robert Black. He set up we're recording everything tonight. Definitely a fan favorite. Also behind the scenes, and if you haven't had the opportunity to check out what's in the lobby, we've had parents here all day. I think that we are so lucky and blessed that we have this group of parents. When you go to other places, you don't see that type of thing happening unless you're in a school that graduates 1,000 kids a class. I live in Medina, and I go to their band concerts. My kids are in band, and I have the opportunity to see kind of what they do. And it's amazing that we're doing the same things that they do. They have this giant program, and I think that ours is quite impressive for the size of our school, and our parents come out full force and support us. We have our booster meetings on the 4th Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock in the choir room. We don't have one in December because we count this as the booster meeting, but if you could, check out what's going on in our lobby. We have bakery, we have all kinds of different merchandise, and just a lot of different raffle baskets, and I know we did a 50-50 earlier today, so make sure that you, if you don't have the opportunity to check it out, at least say thank you, because they have put in a lot of time, and yes, their kids are most likely on stage or performing on the risers, but, it's a lot of other people's kids, too, that they've been here for today. I think we need to give a round of applause to our music teachers. I know that we've also had throughout the day a number of board members as well as administration, and none of this is possible unless we have that support from our administrative team. I think that we have a very, very awesome group of people that have had the opportunity to meet this year and continue a working relationship with. Mr. Wingler is here, and he does an outstanding job from the high school. Still, Mr. Wingler. I saw Mr. Hare earlier, I know he's here now, but Assistant Principal of the high school, Mr. Hare, as well as the Board of Education, Dr. Lykoff, just such a supportive group, and we really feel the benefit of their support up here on stage, so thank you so much. This last number that we're going to play, I kind of threw this around in my mind, how this would work, and I know that, not everybody pays attention up here, believe it or not, but the drummer's like, oh, we should end with a big bang. But I think that when you play Auld Lang Syne and what that song is, if you don't know what that is, when they drop the ball in New York City New Year's and everybody sings and embraces and kisses and the whole thing, they're playing that song. And I mean, that's a tradition that just beyond comprehension. It's the 200th anniversary of Silent Night. And I think that just as important is something like that brings everybody together in that one place at that one time every year. And so I don't think that there's any way to finish off a year of performances that started back in July. And as we head into the new year and we start our musical preparation and solo ensemble preparation and all that jazz and all that kind of stuff, I don't think that there's any other way to end a concert than to end it with Auld Lang Syne. So this features Marcello Carasellia on the flugelhorn, and this is Auld Lang Syne. William Flugelhorn. From the balcony. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I know that there's a significantly important event in Cleveland that is going to occur this evening that begins in the next 5 or 10 minutes. As a Steelers fan, I am hoping for the worst.